guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
KG just exposed JYP's trainee system. It's so much more than we was. Oh my god. And it's so much more than we thought. Ugh, can't fucking read it. Anyway, I wonder if this is an update or we're going back to the old.
You know, you read it, so I have to read it to myself to know what you just said.
Anyway, let's see.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Hi guys, XV member KG just took a major step in her case against JYP USA by submitting a full-on declaration to the court, and she made it public. It includes actual proof, photos, messages, medical records, and statements calling out the toxic work environment and constant invasion of privacy she faced. She blurred out anything that could expose her groupmates, so this isn't about dragging anyone else, it's about holding the company accountable. She's naming what happened and backing it up. It's detailed, documented, and serious. I'll put a link to the full PDF in the description box if you want to check it out. KG's declaration.
Ooh, we're nosy.
Should
Will
we
it
see
open? Yeah, I want to see it.
Well, I have to exit the video.
We'll see it though. If we click it,
So
they can see what we're seeing.
yeah, give me a second. Hold
One
on.
moment, please. And we're back.
Okay, so it seems like it's the whole lawsuit filing. So we're definitely not gonna go through the whole thing, cause
You know who will? I hope a lawyer from South Korea.
oh, I don't know. This is California law. What can he say? It's like a Miami lawyer talking about South Korea. Like, what the fuck can he know?
I would think you maybe understand the legal jargon.
Anyway, we're not gonna go read through it. I just want to see the pictures if there's the pictures. If you guys want to read, of course, it's our description gonna have the link to her video, so you can click on this link for this file. But
Today your English is not Englishing.
well, it's okay. It's my
Oh,
second language.
this is
Okay,
the exhibit.
exhibit. There you go.
What is this? She blurred out
I mean, she has asked at the hospital.
at the hospital, I guess.
Okay, but that could be multiple reasons why she's there. Again, maybe she like not maybe. There is a description in the file filing. It's just we don't have time to go through all of it.
Exhibit B.
Okay, this is Korean. I don't.
What is this? Is it invoice? Maybe a record?
Some itemized bill. Yeah, it's in Korean though. It doesn't really tell me much. Once again, Korean one.
Yeah.
Also seems like a itemized checklist of sorts. The bill, yeah,
What's
prices.
interesting to me is that the exhibit's lettering is not with the actual exhibit.
I think the way lawsuits work, first you make your case and then the parentheses exhibit and then you go to the exhibit.
No, I know, but look, it's on a separate page.
Oh, that's what you mean.
It's like the formatting.
Yeah, the formatting is a little off. A lot of receipts, but I'm not sure what fuck we should.
Maybe in the video they explain.
Okay, this is a bruise, it seems like, here on the on like a shoulder. Is that what we're showing?
I thought maybe there would be like a text or a conversation.
The date?
Because we don't really have context. Oh, maybe this what date is this?
September 18th, 2023.
So she was at the hospital maybe a few days earlier.
Okay.
And then now
let's
she's
go back.
performing.
September 18th. September 18th. This is
Yeah.
September 16th.
Yeah.
So
And
are
then
we
she was in the hospital like a little bit few days.
September 16th?
Scenes.
Okay, so I think she's showing that she has 2 days after the hospital she's performing.
Yeah.
But
Maybe showing she's overworked.
we don't know why she's at the hospital.
Yeah,
It
that's
could
the
be
context.
it could be any reason. She could just have a regular checkup. You know, it's not. Okay, she's sleeping on September 20th. What the fuck
is
are these
that?
marks?
Look like when there's a patch on you? Or is it bed bugs?
I feel like I want to read the whole lawsuit now because this is
Yeah.
we're missing a lot of context. December 6th. Okay, that's a bruise. That's a bruise.
Oh.
So what she's claiming, they beat her? Is that the claim?
Or maybe she hurts herself from
From dancing?
dancing.
But how would you hurt
Yikes.
yourself with a bruise like that? This is such an
Yikes.
unorthodox. You can't even fall on that place.
No.
Like this is like a pelvis area. You can't fall on that. Like how would you fall? Like front?
Whoa.
You can't fall on that. Interesting.
What is
Okay.
this?
Shannon Kang, I don't know who that is. Hey KG, I heard that you might want to stay later than others to practice. Do you have an idea of the times? Yes, I was wanting to stay late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was thinking maybe staying until 11 p.m. even if Madonna is available. I'm fine with practicing in the artist lounge and workrooms. I learn better when I have extra time. Okay. Well. We confirm management. You stay till 11. Okay, but this
then
does
she's
not.
working more. Like she's deciding she's working.
Yeah,
more.
this is not exactly incriminating JYP here. She's the ones offering that. Okay. I can stay late tomorrow Thursday 11. Okay, let you know tomorrow you'll be leaving at 10:30 and the rest you can stay until 11. Okay, G, he'll be going to doctors at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Eric will go over schooling stuff. Surgeon pick 8:30 in the
So
morning.
just notifying her.
So this was November 27th. A2K debut. Where are you going to live? I'm waiting for the first. Also, please don't go and ask staff what time they're leaving for the day. It bothers them. Yeah. So just ask me, even if I didn't send it to GC yet. Okay.
Oh.
This week's, but skip the 6th. Guys, I'm missing context here.
I guess she was like showing that she's lead of the group, like telling the girls don't ask them for so and so dates, just ask her.
KG, also I just want to double check. How do you feel when you're there practicing? Like, does it bother you that we leave first? Because when they asked me if any of us wanted to stay, they made it seem like we are being inconsiderate and don't want to stay just because we're lazy. AK, we're bad. No, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. Okay. Thank you. 1099 so far.
Oh, we don't need more contacts. I'm a little confused. Maybe those are her scores.
I think these are times. 10:30, 9:30, 9, 11, 12.
Maybe we should get back to the video. Because it's a lot.
Do you know what lessons we have for because Alice? So he thinks I'm staying hella late and you guys are already staying.
And we don't have the context either.
Yeah, let's go. It's a lot of text. Let's go back to the video, I think. Yeah, let's go back to the video. Okay, we're back.
Just a legal complaint. It's a clear, brutal look into the abuse baked into the K-pop trainee system. She was 15 when JYP gave her a contract, using a company-provided lawyer who immediately vanished when she tried to walk away. That's not just unethical.
We have
It's
to
deliberate
remember,
manipulation. During her time
at this time, she's 15.
I understand that. To me, that doesn't change anything.
That's a lot of responsibilities for a 15-year-old to understand.
Well, but she has. So she can make that decision.
I feel like she still needs like a, what do you call, like a third party that's in to advocate for her, or for the girls in general.
Well, yeah, she has the parents. She's in California, I think.
in Vicha, JYP subjected her to relentless work schedules, up to 60 hours a week of dance rehearsals from morning until nearly midnight. When she or the others asked to leave earlier, staff accused them of being lazy or selfish, manipulating them into pushing through exhaustion. She tore a tendon in her shoulder after being forced to repeat a move hundreds of times without breaks or.
So that's what was that shoulder thing. I guess torn tendon. The surgery she had, seems like.
Even water. JYP delayed her medical care for 2 days, gave her unexplained injections and threw her back into practice, all while filming her pain to use for content. But wait, it gets worse. They surveilled these girls like prisoners. Hidden cameras in their LA house tracked their eating habits, emotional breakdowns, and every move. The girls were restricted to approved foods and forced into constant weigh-ins. One manager actually told them, lose weight or you'll regret the way you look. Because nothing says healthy idle life like bullying teenagers into eating disorders. Spoiler, it worked. That psychological pressure pushed one member to self-harm with a lighter and another to try ending everything. KG herself reached a breaking point, sending texts about feeling completely empty. The person JYP assigned to handle child welfare was apparently so negligent he had to be replaced. Because the one before him actually cared. And the financial abuse? JYP buried her in debt. KG owes JYP $504,543 for the privilege of being overworked, underfed, and emotionally shattered. Debts piled high for basic living costs and training she never consented to. She wasn't free either. Curfews were enforced with alarms. Visits from her own family had to be pre-approved and she was ordered to only speak Korean to ask for basic needs. A clear attempt to control and isolate. When she tried to talk about her past career in music, JYP shut her down even. Though other members were allowed to discuss theirs, after she left, The company tried to silence her completely by threatening lawsuits and cutting off her ability to post music or speak online. This isn't just mistreatment, it's industrial scale exploitation.
How you cut off the ability to speak online? That the person is free to speak
Yeah.
online. You got
I
this
just
is not
maybe to
Korea.
scare them.
Well, to scare
To
them, yeah, but
scare.
realistically, you ain't doing that. Not in America.
Yeah.
JYP turned these girls into indentured servants, monitored, malnourished, medicated, and monetized until they broke. The fact that KG had to redact her teammates' names to protect them from retaliation says everything about the climate of fear. And let's not forget the hidden camera in the kitchen, marketed as a security.
I don't think it says everything about the fear. I think it's redacted because they were probably underage at that time, A, and B, because they're still part of the group. So I think it's, unless they wanna be included, it would be just a common courtesy to redact their names, because that's not their fight, that's your fight. You don't bring them in and then they're looking, because they're still working with the company, they're still part of the
Yeah.
group. So you can't just bring them in. That's just very inconsiderate of you to expose them. I don't think this is like any fear or anything. This is just consideration for them.
Feature, but used to police every crumb they ate. K-pop's entire model thrives on breaking kids into obedient robots, discarding them when they're too injured or traumatized to perform. 14-year-olds working 10 to 11-hour days. If a factory in any Western country did that to a child, there would be global outrage, lawsuits, and a Netflix documentary. But put a microphone and some LED lights on it and suddenly it's just the idol system? No, it's abuse.
Okay, but that's what it takes, though. This is not a factory. This is no different than being like a young athlete, young young student. Like, sometimes students be studying the whole fucking day. How is this different than studying? If this is just the career path, if you want to be a scientist as a kid, you probably sitting and fucking studying from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Like, you sitting literally all day fucking reading. And so if it's against her will, then yes, it's wrong. But in what we saw in the text, she wanted to do this, so there's nothing wrong with that. She should have the choice to do that. Like,
That's the part that I'm confused by. Like, how are you complaining you're overwork, but
you offering,
assigning, you're offering more time, which the other teammates are using against the other girls, and say you kind of look inconsiderate that you're leaving and she's staying.
Yeah. So it's not like, I don't know. Like, on it, we didn't finish. You guys saw we didn't finish the PDF file, but what I saw in the PDF plays in JYP's favor, in my opinion, than KG's.
But in U.S. court.
Well, yeah, cause and in court of public opinion too, cause she said, "Oh, I want to stay longer." So, like, if a kid wants to stay longer, okay, I understand the kid is 15, but
the thing is that at some point there has to be an adult saying, no, this is your schedule and this
why?
is it. Because I don't understand how she's able to dictate
But
her
why an adult
schedule.
would say no?
Because now she's coming around and say you overwork me, but I didn't tell you to overwork.
Okay, but adult is not overworking her. She's overworking herself. Like, take any Serena, LeBron.
I think that's when
Any
they
of
bench
them.
you. They tell you, okay, you sit and no, don't come back because you're gonna cost us more to rehab you if you choose to continue to.
They
to
don't
push
bench
through
nobody. These
after.
kids, athletes, they practice.
They don't bench people. They
Not
don't
as
bench people?
kids. Not as kids. They bench you as
If
pros.
they bench you as a kid, you're not coming back.
Well, yes, they bench you as a kid. You're not coming. That's why I'm saying they don't bench you. Like Serena, I'm sure she fucking stayed there as a kid, practice. But she wanted to do it.
But when she was young, it was under her father.
Okay, take any other athlete. Doesn't have to be Serena. Yes, Serena was with her father. Okay, fine. Again, LeBron, Kevin Durant, anybody. Take.
I don't know. They didn't report saying that there was abuse.
Right, but I'm saying you can't pick and choose. You saying, "Oh, I want to do it," and then, "Oh yeah, they abuse me," because you stopped wanting to do it.
I just think, like, who's running the show, her or the management team? Because if it's her, because she act like I'm telling you, she acts like a leader, because she even tells the other members, don't ask the other staff and these questions because you obviously are annoying them. So she sees and reads the situation, she knows better,
No,
and she lets everyone know.
Somebody else told her that.
Wait.
Somebody else told her that. It wasn't her saying that.
So then that person said to ask me.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
thought
what-
it was her.
No. Somebody said that to her.
Oh.
And it always was. And the cherry on top? They used emotional blackmail to pit members against each other, telling a 14-year-old, KG's staying late. Don't you feel bad leaving her alone? That's psychological warfare disguised as teamwork. These staff weren't coaches, they were manipulators. Then there's the surveillance. Hidden cameras in the kitchen? You mean the place where these girls were probably sneaking bites of real food so they wouldn't collapse mid-practice? The place that's legally supposed to be private, especially when minors live there? Last time I checked,
I don't know that part that KG is staying late. Don't you want to stay late too? I don't see that problematic. They asked them.
No, but
Manipulated-
KG
yeah.
asked for extra time.
Yes.
This is on extra time.
But this is no different than at school. There's one kid, everybody hates the kid, but you didn't give us homework tonight. Oh yeah, that's right. Do this for homework. You know how the class ends and some kids,
yeah.
so KG is KG is that kid, right?
Okay.
She's the annoying one. But it's the same thing. Like this is like such a loser's mentality though. It's like, don't work these kids. Like if a kid wants to work harder than everybody else to achieve something, why the fuck are we hinder the kid?
They must be. I don't wonder what their perspective is that she's no longer in the group.
I don't know. Like initially when we saw this case, I thought it was way different. What I'm seeing now,
The fact that
KG offered it.
yeah, but the fact that the other members are not standing by her, does that say anything else to you? Because obviously she's the one that wants to do the most.
It is saying a little bit. It is saying a little bit to me. The fact that the other members are not staying, that means it does say a little bit.
California is a two-party consent state. If a grown adult is watching underage girls eat salad on hidden cams, that's not just illegal, that's straight up predatory. And speaking of salad, JYP clearly thought lettuce was a food group. Imagine being so deep in diet culture that you punish teenage girls for eating anything but romaine. And when they started collapsing during practice, looking like ghosts of themselves, the staff had the audacity to say, "Go back to your old eating habits. You look sick." Ma'am, they look sick because you starved them. The gaslighting is Olympic level. And yes, fat shaming, monthly weigh-ins, encouraging disordered eating. That's not just K-pop culture. That's systematic body abuse with a side of internalized misogyny. If a grown adult told my 15-year-old to starve herself for a better dance line, they'd be chewing through wires in prison. Injuries? We've got shoulder injuries, hip injuries, internal bleeding. And what was the response? Go get a mystery injection and get back to practice.
Once again,
They give those shots for athletes. I know that.
yeah. Well, athletes and kids is a little different. I would say that, but
It's like a cortisol shot.
no, I know, yeah. The thing is, what we're saying here is basically we want K-pop idols to have the same standard as somebody sitting on a couch reacting to music videos. What we do, basically. I'm calling ourselves out right now. Like,
Oh, yourself out.
yeah.
Don't drag me.
No, I'm just saying. Like, if you want to be an idol, you have to make sacrifices.
It's not easy.
It's not like, why are we, what she's saying right now, it should be easy to be an idol. Like, why is it not okay to work extra hard to maintain a certain figure? And okay, let's take not like a boxer. Anybody in any sport that has to meet weight, wrestling, boxing, they have to make weight. They have to
It's
be on a
just-
diet.
It's just the companies, they are so uninformed about
Yes,
health management.
I agree their approach is not the best,
Yeah.
but the fact that they require you to look a certain way is not itself problematic. There is a certain standard in K-pop industry. There's a standard in modeling industry. There's a standard in boxing, all the fight sports. Why do we like if you want to be an idol and that is the standard, you have to know that this is what I will have to look like. You know the standard. You didn't just learn the standard after you went through the training.
But didn't they kind of get picked for looking a certain way already? It's not like
Possibly.
they
I
were
don't know
not out of the
exactly.
realms of being the idol. They
Yeah.
obviously had the idol look.
So they're basically saying don't gain extra weight. Which is, again, I'm not saying they should be eating salad. That we talked about this previously, that their information of dieting is not the best. But it, like, if you want to be a bodybuilder, like, you know how much sacrifice it takes? What we're doing here is sitting complaining that you have to sacrifice to achieve something right now. Like, why are we complaining about that? Like, nothing in this life is easy. If you don't sacrifice your food, if you don't work long hours, well, you know what you're sacrificing? Money, success. That's what you're sacrificing. You having your freedom, you can enjoy life maybe a little extra, but you're not gonna be successful as somebody who's gonna work extra hard, who's gonna diet extra hard. I'm just so confused by this right now.
They didn't even know what was being pumped into their bodies. These weren't idols. They were lab rats in glitter boots. And of course, the injuries worsened because physical trauma plus zero rest equals long-term damage. But who cares when you've got a debut in 2
What's awful is that this JYP. This is not like a new company
Why is
learning.
that off? Why does that matter?
This is not a new company learning the ropes. You should have now established yourself as a company to know how to get an idol together. It shouldn't be a learning curve. I don't think that, if they have achieve a success, that to get to that point, it's to crush the kids or the trainees to the absolute zero to then say, oh, now you could be an idol.
You know what this girl is giving me?
What?
KG just changed her mind.
Why?
She had a change of heart. She just didn't want to be an idol anymore. And now she wants to be relieved of her contract. And that's why she's
Why?
suing. Well, because she owes $500,000.
Well, why does she not want to be an idol? She said it's too
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
So is there an exit strategy?
No, there
when
isn't.
it's too
She owns
hard?
the money and she wants to get out of it now.
I could see that.
I think that's what it is here.
Why you had that aha moment?
No, because initially I really thought they like abuse her. Like, I don't know. Initially when we saw this, it was, now I'm seeing the information. I'm seeing the screenshots, the messages. There isn't anything like that bad. Like, to me, there's nothing like right up incriminating. We see KG with, a bruise on her body. Okay. If somebody beat her with a belt or something, that's a problem, clearly.
Yeah.
But we're not hearing that somebody beat her with the belt. I don't know how that bruise came there. Maybe, as you said, she fell while she dancing, although it's a kind of hard place to get a bruise while dancing. More likely, somebody elbowed her, while doing a move, and somebody too close elbowed her or something like that. I can see that happening. I don't know.
We haven't heard of cases of what happens if a person changes their mind. Like, what are their options?
There are no options. Look, New Jeans changed their minds. That's the case. They changed their minds. They owe $500 million or $250 million. Sorry. You can't just change your mind because you're in the contract. I think this is exactly what just happened here. This is another New Jeans case.
2 weeks, right? KG could have been coughing up blood and they'd still have her practicing in sync for 10 hours while staff told the CEO how responsible they were. Then there's the literal child abandonment after KG wanted out. They dropped her off at a hotel at 3 a.m. in West Hollywood like she's a package that didn't make the cut. And she was only 16-year-old. It's not just negligence, that's borderline criminal. Who was supervising her? Who was legally responsible for that minor? Oh right, no one. They only cared about control when she was under their thumb. The second she tried to escape, they dumped her like trash they forgot to recycle. Not a care in the world. And that culture of fear,
That's a
it's
lot of
dripping
money
from every
to
word
owe
in their
at
state.
such a young age.
It is. Well, to be fair, in America it's illegal because no 16-year-old can sign a contract. So if she signed the contract at 16 and she doesn't know
So
anything,
is it maybe her parents are obligated?
then that's different. If her parents signed the contract, they owe her the money. Yeah.
Statements. They weren't just overworked, they were terrified to ask about their own schedules. As if politely asking what time do I perform is an inconvenience.
But if there is more updates to this, I do want to react to somebody actually a lawyer or somebody speaking, because this is just her opinion. She just goes in. I am open to changing my mind about this, but so far I'm leaning towards JYP. I don't know. This this video not this video, what I saw in the court pictures completely changed my mind.
What about the receipts?
I don't know. It's Korean. What can I say?
She said the billing, all this money she accumulated paying.
I don't know. I need to
Because
see
I think
translated in English.
they were being also transparent. I guess they see how much what everything
yeah.
costs. Because remember that other group, they've been working and never made a return yet.
The Everglow.
This Everglow.
Mhm.
So it could be a situation instead of they're working, but this time these girls, they see the receipts, so they're seeing money
They're
wow,
seeing the
and
breakdown,
say,
yeah.
is it worth it?
Maybe she saw that it's not worth that. To me, this is a clear case of I changed my mind and I want to get out of the contract.
That's not a workplace. That's a
And the thing is with these K-pop stans, they really baby their idols. Like, oh my god, the idol. They basically, the idea is they have the idols should not have to struggle with anything. It's like if they didn't struggle,
It's
they
just
wouldn't
really
be an
easy
idol.
to play a victim card.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
It's like it seems like, oh, once you become an idol, you shouldn't have to diet. Like, oh, we talk about Stray Kids dieting. Oh, don't talk, it's sensitive. No, it's not sensitive. They're dieting because they have to. It's the fucking job. Get over it. Like, they can't be fat on the stage. I'm sorry. That's not. Who's gonna want to see somebody fat on the stage dancing? Like, no.
There's people that they do
Exceptions.
that. There's exceptions,
But there's
to
a
the rule.
norm.
But the obviously the
Like-
main standard, what everyone typically gravitate towards, is seeing someone like fit on the stage
Yeah.
dancing.
It's like bodybuilders too. Everybody's ripped.
You know,
Everybody's
there's
shredded.
a situation now.
Striations everywhere.
There's a situation now because there's a need to be thin that people are taking Ozempic, but
Yeah.
now the ramifications of it is that they're losing muscle mass, so they're unable to keep up with the choreo because they don't have enough muscle.
I don't know what Ozempic. That's too new of a drug. I don't know the side effects, but I do not recommend Ozempic.
I
No.
wouldn't either.
Yeah, don't take Ozempic. Too new of a drug.
Dictatorship. You know it's bad when literal K-pop stylists are out here covering up self-harm scars and nobody says a thing. Everyone's pretending not to see it because they know the truth. Raising concerns makes them the problem. And let's not ignore the financial abuse. $500,000 in debt before they even debuted? For housing, food, and staff caretakers who were apparently doing nothing but traumatizing them? These girls were groomed into indentured servitude. That's what this is.
But I
KG
wonder
didn't just
what is the projected profit, the revenue, once they really put into that, because 500,000, I feel like they can make it up and work out
That's
the debt.
500,000 like per head per person.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, that's not the money they make back. Also, it's from their cut too. So like, for example, let's say 70% goes to JYP, 30% goes to Vicha. And guys, I don't know exact percentage. I'm just estimating it. It may be different, but so for them, if the company makes $1 million, Vicha's not Vicha's, the girls' accounts is only 300K, and they have to split it, I think 6 members into 6, so that's 50K a person. So they would have to pay. So one girl would have to make 10 million. They have, as a group, would have to make $10 million in profit for one girl to pay off their debt. Of course, in that time while making, they're going to accumulate even more debt because they're still living. So realistically, it's more. It's kind of like with interest, but 10, 11, 12, 13 million, and they should be out of debt. Yeah. Which is, I don't really, but that's profit, not revenue though.
Then my curiosity would lead to, before they're becoming an idol, are they explained to this?
I think they're explained, but they're kids, they don't understand it. So that's another problem. The parents should be there, understand it, but the parents might not care because they're enticed by the money. So that's a separate issue. Yes. As I said, the contract.
Because this is not bad if they're not making, because I don't think we'll hear about this if they were making money.
Yeah, we wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I think she just, honestly, she just had a change of heart. I don't know. I really think that way. It seems to me right now that she had a change of heart. She didn't want to do it anymore, and she didn't like the fact that she still owes the money. Which I don't blame her. She's a kid. She shouldn't owe the money, but
I remember being young and changing my mind that I don't want to go to swimming practice anymore. Mom came and she picked me up.
just walk away from a contract. She escaped a labor trafficking ring that hid behind the mask of pop stardom. And now JYP wants them to pay off their own abuse? Are they high? And let's talk legal. The only saving grace in this entire nightmare is that California has some of the strictest labor and privacy laws in the world. This isn't Korea, where loopholes and gray areas let companies play real-life Hunger Games with teenagers. This is California, where if you make a minor, a literal child work 10 to 11 hours a day, there are legal consequences. We're talking child labor violations, wage theft, endangerment, and civil liability. That's where KG has them by the throat, and she needs to squeeze. You think those Korean contracts are gonna save you? Not in a US courtroom, baby.
You saw that?
No, I'm trying to find.
You see the slit on his pant? The
where-
white. You see? Don't see white on the ass?
Yeah, two
That's-
dots.
No, white underwear.
Oh, the underwear.
Yeah, the
Yes,
pants
I
for
thought that
it.
was his undershirt.
No,
And
the
she needs
pants
to
are- you see-
squeeze. You think
Oh,
those Korean
no.
contracts are gonna save you?
No,
Not
his
in a US
undershirt is
courtroom,
not
baby.
tucked in.
I don't know, but he keeps adjusting it.
Yeah, because his undershirt is not tucked in.
Oh,
He has
it
to
is.
have
American
the
judges
pins
aren't
to
bound by
hold it
some
down.
shady Korean document a 14-year-old
Yeah,
signed
it's his
without proper
undershirt.
translation, proper counsel, or basic understanding. California doesn't care that you wrapped your abuse in a pretty little NDA and shoved it under the nose of a teenager who couldn't even vote. You imported your busted system into a state where even Airbnb owners get sued for having hidden cameras. You picked the wrong battlefield and KG has the law on her side. And to be perfectly clear, anyone waving the cultural difference flag in defense of this mess is not only missing the point but actively helping to uphold abuse. Culture is not an excuse. Culture does not give you the green light to torment children under the guise of training. If your culture includes starving kids, gaslighting them until they break, filming them in their home like it's Big Brother Trainee Abuse Edition, and forcing them to practice while literally bleeding. Your culture
I
needs
just know
a
California
intervention,
has a
not
lot of rules and a lot of regulations, so it wouldn't be wild for KG to have the law on her side.
Yeah, I think the law is on her side because she is a kid.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of the whole cameras thing. I don't know, the privacy laws in California, how they work. There's a lot going on.
It's simple. It's two parties say it has to have consent.
Is
Did
it
they
two party
have?
thing?
Yeah, they
It
say.
is?
Yeah, they say.
Oh,
Did the girls know that there was gonna be a camera there?
probably
No,
somewhere in the contract it says it. I think it says
it
somewhere
has
in
to
the
be written
contract.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it says somewhere in the contract. Yeah, I do think in California this is gonna go in KG's favor, but just looking from my perspective is just
What do you know? You're not an attorney.
no, not legally. Just in terms of if you want to accomplish something, you have to work
Oh,
hard.
like if
I
you were in her shoes.
If I was in her shoes, well, no, if I was 15 in her shoes, I probably wouldn't know what the fuck I'm signing up for.
Yeah,
If I'm,
that's valid.
yeah, that's to me that is why I understand her changing her mind, and I don't hold it against her because
Yeah.
she was young. So if there is a case of her changing her mind, simply there's a reason why a teenager cannot sign a valid contract, right? This 14-year-old cannot sign my life away. You can't, and
The
there's a
parent
reason
was
for
there
that.
for that.
So if
It has to have a parent.
if
there.
a parent did that, then fucking let the parent pay. Fuck them. If you set your child up for that, well, deal with it.
protection. Saying, but that's normal in Korea is not a defense. It's a confession of guilt. You think this is just a few bad apples? No, this orchard is rotten to the roots. This industry has been running on trauma and exploitation for decades. It lures children in with promises of fame and success, then shoves them into a pressure cooker of physical exhaustion, psychological.
And again, she is running with that. Oh, she was being exploited, but I did not see that from the text messages. What I saw from the text messages is that she volunteered to work. It would be different if she texted the manager or whoever she was texting saying, I really don't want to work today, I don't feel well, and the manager said you have to work. Then I would be sitting here talking different stuff. This is not what I saw in the text, and you guys saw it too. It was on the screen. She said she wants to work more because she feels like she needs to work more to improve. Nothing wrong with that.
Torment, surveillance, malnutrition, and financial debt, all while stripping them of agency, identity, and the basic right to rest. They aren't training idols, they're building broken machines and slapping glitter on the cracks. And the worst part? They normalize it. They make these kids think it's their fault.
Okay, she's just rambling. Let me go back to the document real quick. I do want to see if there is at some point a change in tune in the text messaging, because maybe that will change my mind. Okay, we're back with the text. So, do you know what lessons we have next week? Because Alex asked, so she thinks it's selling hella late. And I feel like if I don't stay later than y'all, she's gonna think I'm lazy or something. I don't know. Well, again, that's what she's thinking, not what they said. But if y'all already staying late, I might just leave with you guys. But I'm scared she's gonna get mad. What do I do? Could you send me the
KG?
photo? Yeah, this is KG in yellow, I think. Could you send me the photo of the scheduling for because mine is over. Yeah, sorry. Also, I'm sorry, but I don't care if she gets mad. So please. We are all right staying late. Well, they are all right staying late. So, but it's enough time for me to get before music. I was just cleaning at this point.
Dang, the person. on
You
the
have
team
it
needs to be
all
fired.
muscle memory. Yeah, I just know Alex gonna say something to the company. Just keep it in your brain in the moment, and that's it, girl. She won't. And be like, KG isn't staying late. She's not practicing hard enough. She can say whatever she wants, but guess what? Oh. Well, okay. Kiera. My teachers told me I really need more practice. Okay, then practice more. Be sharp in the movements. It's because I'm not a dancer. She doesn't know that. It's a new teacher from outside of JYP, but I've been still like 1 or 2. Okay, but you are a dancer now. Let me. Oh, I'm
Wait, so
confused.
who's who?
Hold on, let me pull up my iPhone.
Because the blue is me. Like if I'm texting you, and the gray.
Yeah, blue is you.
So then who?
So this is YG telling somebody else that just. So this
Oh. This is probably to some not KG.
No, this is KG saying, okay, but you're a dancer now. Just practice more. I'm so confused.
Maybe this is from one of the girls in their conversation.
Girl, I really don't have time, being honest. I need help. The pressure's on.
Oh, she's also a bad texter. Only one line. This person sent 1, 2, 3, 4,
I go
5,
from
6
morning vocal
messages.
lesson to lunch to fire. I need help.
Oh,
Alex yells
someone,
at us.
someone, someone.
What?
Wait, this is a big deal. Go down. Look, do you see someone just send all these messages? Where's the response?
If we sit down for 5 minutes, she'll come. She's just probably saying 3 words at a time, not just like texting. Well, you see one text message end. This is like how you chat on like chat platforms, whatever. Why aren't you practicing? She tells us a company because she wants it to look like she's doing her job. And during the evaluation, she made up. And what she said about it, she said, "Wait, call me for I know Tyler, please." This is.
Dang.
But this is somebody texting that to KG though.
Yeah, rapid fire.
Hey guys, yes. Heads up, I just personally got asked a lot if we are eating the salads. Has anyone else been asked? No. What did you say? I said most of the time we are, but sometimes some of us feel like it's not enough, and so we eat something else with it. But most of the time, it's just the salads. But I said with the longer schedules coming up, we might need to reconsider since we are dancing longer. Okay, sounds good. What did they say? But I did say they are not eating all the time. Everyone say the same if they ask you.
So
They were
this is
just.
about the eating habits.
Mm-hmm. They were just wanted information, so they were like nothing, and I said okay. But they're not like put from this. I'm not getting that they're forcing them. They just ask the question.
To me, it's like, are the salads okay? Like, I feel like if what would have been stronger if they made a request. I still feel a little dizzy. Can you add chicken? Can we have some eggs? And if they said no to having more pieces of protein, or they said no to more food, then I'm gonna
Yeah,
understand. Okay, they're withholding.
yeah, but I don't see anything like that
Because I
here.
know, for example, lettuce can for as a filler. So how's everyone doing with the lettuce? I don't take it in the worst context, but I wonder why they are. There must be a situation that we're not seeing.
Well, yeah, because we are not seeing it here.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they started the convo, they were like, "Cause it's kind of waste if they aren't been eating." Oh,
Oh, so if they're wait, if they see, oh, it's still there, no one's eating it,
it's
then
just
why
trying to save money.
on lettuce?
I mean, on whatever the fuck. Look how much money they owe. So basically, told the truth, but just a bit embellishment. And I did say it might be good to bring a question of still getting salads to us as a group, so we can think about it as a group. Because honestly, I do think it's a waste now. How much they are usually eating, but it didn't. I didn't want to throw it all under the bus, but we should seriously consider who wants salads still. Okay, now I'm gonna go back on out of salads. Like this message, you're going back out as well, so I can just message them. Actually, no, I'm gonna stay eating the salads. Just people changing their own minds. I'll just buy eggs and chicken breast to add on top of the salad. I'm back out because I don't like that salad. Actually, wait, I'm back. Oh my goodness, these kids. Same, I can't handle that salad. LO.
It's a bad
Please, me
salad. They
neither.
should have taken a
I'll
picture of the
just
salad.
buy
Now I
my
want to see
own.
this salad.
Everything. Stop the diet thing has me rolling. Oh, Alex also say being a little overweight will make dancing harder. Like, girl, I mean, the person didn't lie. Being overweight does make dancing harder. Duh. I don't think so. I think it's the opposite. Well, it depends what you consider overweight, I guess. But if you are overweight, any sport is harder.
Probably their consideration of overweight is not the weight that we would think was overweight.
I guess. Yeah. Guys, the staff said that they don't want us to diet this week. Our dance has no strength and we have no charisma anymore. They apparently want us to eat as usually. We wouldn't.
Oh, they're happy.
By the way, they're measuring height and weight today. Damn, I just had a fat meal. Healthy, basically eating nothing and then a salad, not even so healthy.
That's so crazy.
Okay.
That's such a crazy mindset. It's so unfortunate.
Okay, contradicted statements. You should be staying till 12:1. Make sure to always get rest. What are your expectations then? Getting sick physically, have to go to a hospital. Doctor said can't dance and need to eat rest. Then come back and stuff. Expect us to dance in full class. Getting sick. Mental is also important to understand. And on mental, I guess it's serious. Can the person who is with us in the house in LA be someone unrelated to our practice at the house who is just focused on our health in the house?
This is what platform is that?
Like a WhatsApp or something. I don't know.
I need you to read because I can't see.
I'm not reading because I don't see like anything of significance. I don't want to waste time reading, but there's just gossip going on here. Where I forgot my wash my hair. They just he gave me what doc said. He gave me 5 more injections. Hurt like a bitch.
So
Can't
is
text teaching. I am so confused. So whose screenshots are
who's
these?
yeah. Because now
Because
is
I
she
think this is.
Kiara?
I think she's the
KG?
Gray. But so who took these screenshots then?
Yeah. Because she's the one who got. Oh. I think this is KG. I think that's KG Kiara.
Do you see it or do you need me to read it out?
It says if you can't walk in 1 week, it's gonna be
Apron.
apron. What's apron?
I don't know.
That's code for something. I think the gray is her. Cause it makes sense. Cause the person in gray is upset.
Yeah.
I'll call illegal. Wait. So we all refuse to eat and say F that we're not eating. Then they'll say, okay, don't eat then. I call illegal. She's supposed to say someone's having a panic attack. Yeah, the gray is her. She's not the blue. Because the blue person is
So,
cold hearted. Because the blue messages read cold hearted.
I think Blue is her mom.
Her mom?
I think it's a parent.
It's a parent?
Who else would it be?
That can't be a mom.
Because it can be somebody from the group. Because if it was somebody from the group, they would be like corroborating, yeah, this sucks.
You think that's her mom?
Seems like it.
Is that her mom? I feel like the person would have reported, oh, look at how her mom da da da, like, is that telling her do your best. What do you see? Anything?
This is so long. Honestly, I don't know.
When you stop scrolling, I start scrolling. If you don't want to shine, bro.
At the end of the day, what happened here, from what I see, is New Jeans case. She didn't like anymore what she has to do what she has to do.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Because it sounds like at least she was complaining a lot.
She was complaining a lot. This
To
is
somebody.
Yeah, this is
And
when you hate your job and you just want to
yeah.
quit and you start bitching about everything. This is exactly
Ooh.
what's happening
Maybe.
here.
What is this? The temperature? Controlling the
I don't know what the
temperature, I
fuck
think.
that is. Uh,
Oh, that's the camera.
so but they know it's there. It's not a hidden camera. They know it's there. They can see it. Uh,
Mm.
I don't know.
That's a
Now
lot of fruit just sitting
that's
there.
persimmons. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, I would eat all of them and die.
No, your stomach would
I
hate
I would
you.
die. Or oranges maybe. I don't know.
No one talk near the mic camera near the kitchen. Yes, got it.
What do you think? Cause I said what I think. I don't know.
How I think, let me tell you. It's just interesting to me if they were all complaining about it and then all of them was suing. Okay.
That's why I'm having a hard time with this. The other girls are not corroborating her
Yeah, because
story.
it seems now it make me seem like, oh, the other girls are so weak, so like brainwashed that they're staying. And don't they have like parents? Like if their parents were reading this document, they have a talk with their daughters? What's going on? Didn't they show up and investigate to see what's going on? Did they do their own internal investigation? I think, KG, she's like complaining, the one person in the group that complains a lot till the
That's her,
end,
yeah.
and then, blows a gasket and shut the whole system down, said no one's gonna benefit off of this. I'm surprised she doesn't expose the other girls.
I
I don't
don't
know
know.
why does she save the other girls? Because wouldn't she have information that can help her if she exposes others, then be like a whistleblower? A true whistleblower, because she's still protecting the girls, but at the same time she wants out.
I think that's what it is. She just wants out. It seems like the other girls there.
But it would help her if she flip on the other girls.
Now, I'm not saying JYP is perfect here. It does seem like there's, some,
Mm.
but I don't know.
In moments like these, I wish we had like a live chat to see what you guys think. Can we do a live chat? That'd be kind of cool. And have everyone in the chat and then let's
Dragging
talk
us.
about it. Not dragging, but talk about it. Cause we're not professionals. We are allowed to have our opinions, but what does it look like to you guys? Like seriously, because we all been in a situation where there's one person in the group that's complaining a lot.
I'm that person. I like to bitch and moan a lot. But
Me, I
listen,
suck it up. I
but
say this
the
is what we
shit
gotta
gets
do.
done. The shit gets done.
Yeah, this is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do. But I would hope there's an adult in the room. What is this?
Statement. Okay, so this is how much money she owes the state. Well, okay, so kudos to JYP that they actually provide
Yeah,
a statement.
yeah,
Itemized
yeah. I
bill, what
mean,
you owe the money
this is
for.
not their first year,
Yeah.
as a company. They should be being transparent. But at the same time, when you're young like this and you seeing these numbers, you're like, okay, do I get paid and reality hit you fast? You know?
I don't
Because a
know,
lot of people
guys.
have a misconception thinking, oh, you become an idol and all of a sudden you're rich. Honey,
This is looking to me like a new jeans
what is
case.
this? Hi, Daniel. This is KG. This decision was not easy, but I decided it's within my best interest to not return to Vicha. While I'm so grateful for the training and the opportunity, this environment is not the best interest of my mental health or well being. I wanted to reach out to see if you would like to have a Zoom meeting regarding the next steps. I would like to discuss how we can part ways on good terms.
What?
I mean,
Scroll down, see what he said.
well, I'm on the mouse, guys. Hi KG, thanks for reaching out. Just wanted to make sure you have all the information. Did you hear about our response to your request? No, I haven't. I'm happy to listen, although I'm more of a mental health and happy it's more of a mental health and happiness decision, but I still, of course, wait and hear the response. Let me know when you would like to speak next. Thank you. Oh, that's the end? So what did they say? I don't know. I think it got too tough for her, and she said she want out. But she's not saying this is a mental health and happiness decision. So she was not happy and not in a good mental space. So
I'm
I don't hear
sorry, guys,
abuse.
but it just seems
But
like she didn't
I
have what
don't
it
see that.
takes.
I don't see
It
that.
seems like she didn't have what it takes to be an
Cause
idol.
why don't she? Do you think she was holding her cards here and saying, oh, you guys do too much, uh, abusive stuff. Like this is like I would think it's there's no formality. You just hear from my attorney. No,
I don't
if a
know.
company was to do
I
something
think
outrageous like that to me,
uh,
it's not. Oh, we're leaving on a good term. Friendly says no. I'm leaving with a bag.
so.
I'm leaving with a check.
That's what I'm saying. The idea is she didn't even confront the guy here. She just basically she wanted to leave.
Who
The
is this
company, I don't
guy?
know, whoever the fuck. The company decided to not let her leave, and then her only action is to sue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she's suing, because we're getting New Jeans 2.0, which is maybe a little worse than New Jeans because there's some form of mistreatment, maybe with the making that dance through pain. That is kind of mistreatment. That's like the only thing that I saw that okay. But then again, this is her saying that we would in in the court we would need to see the some sort of text messaging of or something recording of the instructor actually saying dance through pain. Just because she's saying instructor
Yeah.
said that without, if nobody in the group corroborates that, then it's pointless.
I think, yeah, because if this was in the process where they were still making in the group, and you, okay, I can understand. Let's have a Zoom meeting, and you could just cut me from being in a group. But once you sign the paperwork and you're in the group, you made a commitment, and she's now realizing like this is not the
To me, this
environment
is
she wants
cold
to be
feet.
in.
This is the cold feet. She doesn't have what it takes. She just doesn't want to do
No,
it.
not cold feet. It's buyer's remorse.
Okay, buyer's remorse, better example. Sure, yeah.
Cold feet
Cold
is
feet is
like
before you debut. Yeah.
before.
This is buyer's remorse. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she wants out.
She wants out because she, as I said, she don't
And
have what it takes.
and wanting out, she's realizing I don't want to have the responsibility to have to pay all of this
She
debt
she
either.
wants to have her cake and eat it too.
Too.
Yeah, as hard as it is, but that's
You
what
know
I'm
how
kind
she,
of seeing
you
here.
know what she could have done? She could have got an attorney and come up with like some sort of settlement.
I think what would have been smarter is to get an attorney and get them incriminate themselves while she's still
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, closed
Now,
doors. But now it's out in the open. Everyone knows their business. So I think JYP is gonna take it to court. They have no choice to
it
take it to
is
court.
California, very employee pro-employee
Mm.
state. I think she might get out of this lawsuit.
She could,
She
but then that's gonna set a standard for JYP for
Well,
the
I
K-pop
mean,
industry.
and maybe K-pop industry needs it, but
Yeah, we need a
I
way out. Like, what these girls, there has to be some way out. Like, if I change my mind, like
okay, you take out a loan.
at 15,
That is the biggest issue. If she was 18, I would sit here and my tune here would be make her pay JYP back. But since she was 15, I do believe she should be relieved of the money because she was ineligible to sign that contract to begin with. But if you are 18, 19, you
Yeah.
understand what you're getting yourself into. The contract is the
I
contract.
think even at that point, you don't understand what you're getting into. You don't understand.
Yes,
You
sure.
know.
No, I agree, but legally you understand.
You know, this is a similar situation here in the States because there's college students who need money for school and they need parents.
Perfect example. This is college debt right here.
Yeah.
She got into college. She wanted to drop out because it was too hard, but the debt is still there. I couldn't even come up with a better example.
And then also there's a situation where, okay, the parents say, okay, I'll pull out a parent loan to help pay for your student's loan.
This is exactly what this
And now there's situations where, you know, times are tough. Even the parents can't back out. They can't be absolved from this loan for the student loans. Even though their student loans being forgiven, the parent loans are still maintaining right there. So the parents are still responsible for that
This
debt.
is exactly what it is. It's the student loan. Yeah, this is what it is.
That would help KG in court. Did she understand what she was signing? The debt. If they really were to tackle that.
Well,
the
as I
debt
said, we are in
perspective.
California. I do believe she will probably get out of it, but in itself,
Girl,
I,
KG, let's
as
say you don't want to
you
be in the
guys can tell, I definitely changed my opinion about this
I don't
case.
know. I'm like in the middle. This could help the industry. This could set a tone for the rest of the people that,
Yeah.
you know, is not, you know, rainbows and sunshines. Once you become an idol, it's hard work. Everyone thinks it's easy.
Yeah.
So it's a wake up call for everybody. So we'll follow up. If you made it this far, please leave a fish because then we won't stay this long to talk with you guys again. Okay? And I'm making that clear.
Last time we did the video like that, some of you did leave a fish. So we
Yeah, I
appreciate
was
it.
so excited. That made me so happy. So, guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord and Zoe's. Share as much kindness as possible.